What do they call the federal government here? Is it the federal government in
Fellow
Canada?
government?
The federal.
Oh, federal
Is
government?
is it called federal in
Yeah,
Canada?
yeah.
Yeah. So like the federal government was pressuring provinces
Mm-hmm.
to say we are seeing an increased number of private healthcare practitioners, and you need to correct this, or there will be consequences. And it goes the exact opposite of what you're saying, bro.
Don't do this.
Don't do
We
this.
don't
No.
need the good service.
No, and it's terrible because like it is terrible, bro. Like I'll give you a true story. I was pretty upset, like because it also shows there's just like a lack of general caring. Is I told you that I tore a ligament in my leg, right? Well, I didn't know what was going on, so they first gave me an ultrasound.
Mm-hmm.
And before they gave me the ultrasound, I back up a step, is they gave me a test to check if I had a blood clot. Okay. And so, one, rather than, so they gave me a test to test the blood clot. The blood clot test cannot rule out a blood clot. It just gives you a probability. So like, it's something like, I forget what the numbers are, but if it's like 500 or higher, then you have a high probability of a blood clot, but it doesn't mean you have a blood clot.
Okay.
If you have lower, then that doesn't count, right? So first thing is they do this test rather than just give you an ultrasound, and an ultrasound can tell you if you have a blood clot. Okay, so like, and an ultrasound just tells you yes or no, you have a blood clot, because they can go in and look.
What did they do? Why did they do the blood clot thing?
Oh,
did they have to do that test?
So
the second one you're saying tells the whole story.
So the second one tells the whole story, but because I'm low risk, they said, oh, the first test is enough. So basically, what they're saying is, you're in a low enough risk category that we can give you this first test, and we're pretty much feel pretty comfortable that you're okay. But if you look at the test, like, I understand the first test is cheaper and it's faster, but an MRI is not, or a ultrasound is not a very complicated thing to do, and it's not horribly expensive when you have a healthcare system like Canada. So I did the first test. I score 490 out of 500. And the doctor's like, well, this is a little high, a little more not comfortable with, so let's go ahead and do the ultrasound. So then I'm in there and I'm doing the ultrasound, and they're going all over my leg. And then the technician's going, oh no. Then she's says, I found something, And then so turns out, after talking with her, because she found a 10 centimeter tear in my leg, right?
Oh shoot.
And then they found a very, very, very tiny superficial blood clot. So the dangerous ones are called a DVT, and those are on the inside, right? But on the outside, probably the blood clot was caused because my ligament tore, right? And it probably just like messed things up. Well, they didn't explain any of this to me. They just said, oh, you have a problem, but it's 9:30 and we're closing soon, and the doctor on duty doesn't have time to look at you, so we recommend that you go to the emergency room. And the doctor is in there, and like the nurse practitioner and the lady who did the scan, right, are both talking to the doctor. I can hear them, and the doctor's like, no, I don't have time. And like, he can go to the emergency room. Like,
damn it.
Yeah. And so like, at this point, I'm paranoid, right? Because I don't know what's going on. Like, they tell me I have a minor blood clot. They're not willing to do anything. So then the story gets worse. So then I go to the emergency room, right? And I wait, dude, like 2-3 hours. So my night's wrecked. Like it's like midnight. I'm in the emergency room, and you know who I'm with? I'm with all the people from East Hastings. 90% of the people in there are like addicted to drugs, and so I'm waiting with these people, and then the doctor's so busy. He comes out and he's like, "Well, we don't have your scan because it takes time for the system at the to give us your results." He's like, "So we don't know. I don't know exactly what the problem is. So what you need to do is you need to take this prescription for blood thinners, and you're going to take blood thinners, in case it's a blood clot, and goodbye." Like that's literally what he said is, "Here's a prescription and buy." They didn't really talk to me anything more, because they didn't have any results. They could have done another scan there because they have equipment in the emergency room to do it. They opted not to. So then I start taking like you read all the side effects from blood thinners. That's terrible, bro. It's terrible. So I go pay $200 to get the blood thinner. I take one pill in the morning because it took that long to like get the prescription for various reasons. And so I take one pill of the blood thinner, and I'm feeling terrible at this point, right? I'm like, I got a blood clot. I'm getting old. My life, like I need to start changing some stuff. Like all this thoughts, like my life is deteriorating, spiraling down, right? Then the my family doctor, the nurse practitioner, calls me, and he's like, "Oh, so we got your results." So he calls me at 4 p.m. the next day, right? So he waits the whole day, right? So I'm thinking all this because he's like, "Okay, we got your results, and you do have a blood clot, but it's very superficial. It's not a big deal. So you can go ahead and stop taking the blood thinners. You don't need to do anything, and we'll order you an MRI."
And the $200 is gone.
The 200,
all the stress.
And then I'm still waiting on the MRI. I'm still waiting on the MRI. And
you don't still have your final result of what the hell is going on with me.
No, dude. I was so angry because like I was like, I took this freaking like blood thinner killer pill. You know what I mean? And I already have like low blood pressure and stuff, so like it's not good for me to take that stuff. And anyway, it ended up being this very small thing, but like that journey.
Unbelievable. Are you planning to head back to US any second? tools. We are right now working. We have a team of 10 right now. So that's why I was saying I'm working on this and this and this, because it's not just me. We're 10 people working on this. At the same time, we are working on help pages and tutorials. We are giving like knowledge to everyone who wants to use these tools, and giving them the knowledge of how you should use the ad tool, how you should, like, what do you do after generating your ad, anything that they need to actually being able to do this.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool, my
So
friend. And
excited.
I heard through the grapevine, and we can edit this part out if you don't want it, but like you're raising money, or you have raised money, or you're on close to it.
As of last week, we shook hands on the first round of investment.
Can I ask how much? Or
no, it
okay.
is okay.
Okay.
Not yet.
I understand.
Let the money come to the account.
Okay. Very cool.
It's not done yet, so.
Well, so then you'll be able to focus on this full time then?
Right now, just being transparent, I was laid off from Shopify with the 20% 2 weeks ago.
I heard that.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago, I guess now. So 20% was cut off from the company. Kind of the whole department I was working in, the whole product line was laid off. And just the funny thing is this: we released the MVP at 12:01 May 4th, and I was laid off at 6 a.m. same day. So 6 hours after our MVP, I was laid off, and I couldn't take it any other way. It was a sign, like, I need to focus on this.
I think that's great, man. Like that sometimes getting laid off, it's actually like a good thing. It truly is. Like I came to Canada. One reason I came to Canada is because I found out my job had a finite timeline in the current location. I'm like, well, I can move.
Yeah, definitely. Like, and the company was nice to us. Gave us like 4 months of pay, which is generous.
That's very generous.
That is generous, yeah. And I think that could be a good head start for us to actually help the Shopify store owners to actually do their thing. So I'm kind of promoting Shopify even more now. Now that I'm laid off. Yes, go create a store. I'm going to help with the marketing. So yeah.
I think that also shows that you still respect the company, right? Like Shopify was a good company.
It is a good company. I really enjoyed my time there, to be honest. I've been in tech for, I guess, 12 years and a bit more than 12 years. And Shopify by far was my favorite. And it still is. So yeah, no hard feelings.
Well, it kind of is your favorite because the startups are not favorite, right?
Oh yeah. In terms of working for
I'm splitting hairs here, you know.
No, that's fair. Like, in terms of working for others, I would definitely go work for them 10 more times.
So I'm looking at probably the next millionaire sitting across from me.
I don't know.
I don't know. It sounds like this has some.
Well, it's a good start. I'm hopeful. All in this, and I'm planning to stay full time on this. And the investments are coming. It's a good start for a startup with the MVP release. 2 weeks after you get your first round, it's a good thing, and things look good.
How many engineers?
5.
5. Okay.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And it sounds like too that you don't have any interest in actually developing the actual AI. Like you just want to solve the problem using AI.
Not myself, but at some point, very soon, and to some level, we are doing it now. We need to fine tune the models. You're not supposed to like generate or train the whole model altogether yourself. It costs you like 20 million to train something like GPT-3.
Sure.
It actually costs it around that, I think. So you don't have to train your model, but fine-tuning we have to do. We are doing it. And we need to fine-tune the models as much as we should and we can to customize it for the need, for the niche that we are hoping, the problem that we are trying to solve.
So so you're making a third-party call to GPT.
Yeah.
How do you fine tune the model? Like, because you don't have access to GPT.
But you have access to fine tune the model. So
okay. I don't know enough. So
okay. So to explain, ChatGPT, and many may not know, the quality of what ChatGPT generates is not the full power of GPT.
Okay.
The full power lays in the GPT itself, which working with it is a bit different. It's not a conversation. It's not in a conversational format. You can log in OpenAI, go to the playground, and then write your own prompts yourself. And it's not, as I said, like it's not a conversational thing. You put the prompt there and you get one answer. That's it.
Yeah.
So what we work with that, we don't work with the chat GPT behind the scene.
Okay.
And GPT itself lets you fine tune the models. By that I mean you can upload a database of the key values and actually fine tuning for your own purpose.
So you can upload your own data?
Yes.
Okay. See, I was not aware of this. So the chat part is just a layer on the GPT engine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I say like ChatGPT is cool and all, but if you want to get serious about this, ChatGPT is not the answer you're looking for.
And then you pay a fee, obviously, to get access to that. Do they the data that you upload? Does everyone get it, or
no? It's private to you.
It's private to you. Okay,
yes.
Very cool. So, in essence, they're like a service for AI, right? And then you can fine tune the models according to your preferences.
Yes. So there are lots of different ways of fine tuning models for AI. Generally, they're. I'm not an AI expert. Just disclaimer. But you can fine tune. You can use like techniques like transfer learning and like other models and other techniques to actually, in a way, fine tune to your own goods, to your own purpose. With GPT itself, there is a database you can upload and put the fine tuning information there. And whenever you get the answer, it looks into that database. It kind of fine tunes with that database and gives you the answer. Yes.
Okay. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans or thought about using like a Google Bard or other not being solely reliant on one platform?
That's a very good question, because one of the things that kind of makes these third-party applications different from ChatGPT itself is we are not bound to use ChatGPT only. Like any AI that comes out, and more are coming out every day. If it helps us with the problem we are solving, yes, we need to use it. We are going to look into it, and yeah, that's the idea. We are hoping that more AI comes out, and we look into those. Leonardo was a kind of a new one, and so far it looks more exciting than Midjourney. Midjourney is the best image generator that I know out there, and Leonardo is actually not worse. So even if in some cases I've seen better results.
So, are you thinking about creating a like interface? So like you could just change your backend, when I mean interface, I'm talking like in your application code, like you have a database layer that you'd have your layer for the AI, and then you could just switch the backend for the AI out to whatever provider.
Yeah. So we have a service layer, and on that, getting technical.
I'm sorry if I'm too technical for people. I apologize.
But yeah.
And buddy, just put this a little closer to your face here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Yeah. So definitely, we are designing our service layer in a way that we can actually switch services on the backend side. It's kind of in an abstract layer, so that layer doesn't care which service we're using. So switching is pretty easy. Yeah.
Okay. And what's your company's name called?
It's called Craftify AI.
Craftify AI. I don't know. This sounds a little similar to Shopify, my friend.
Yeah,
I'm giving you a hard time.
No, actually, that's right. I know. I was thinking about how similar it is, but let me tell you the story why that name came up. I like crafting things. I like 3D printing. I like to me, everything is like crafting this, crafting that. Even coding is crafting in a way for me. So I knew that we needed to use the name Craft. It's crafting with AI. At the same time, there's a Spotify, there's Shopify, there are lots of something fi out there.
Yeah.
I felt like that name is kind of familiar to people. They understand that, okay, we are craftifying stuff with AI. So craftify AI. When you say that name, I'm hoping that people know what we are doing. So
I think it makes sense, and the name gives you the possibility of entering into other markets too.
yeah.
Like, have you thought about that at all? Like, if you build your solution right, you might be able to tailor it to other industries or.
I'll be honest, like originally one of the names that we were thinking about was Do Right. We wanted to like name this Do Right AI, but we didn't want to like limit this by into writing, because eventually.
Oh, okay. Right, like WRIT.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking RIGTH.
No.
Yeah.
Do right. I mean, like writing.
Yeah, writing. Yeah.
So we didn't want to limit this to writing and textual content, because the goal is eventually you can craft whatever. You can craft your ad in a video format with AI generated music. So that's where I want to go. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So like you're now you're talking full blown like video content.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
100%. That's where we want. Anything that helps someone who owns a store to sell, to market their stuff. They know what they want to sell. They love what they want to sell. They spend all their time to understand what they want to sell. They shouldn't have all the pain that they're going through to understand how to sell it. They're not supposed to be marketers. They're supposed to be great product selling professionals. So.
And you're targeting small business?
Yes, less than 1 million GMV is our target. So whoever that is selling less than 1 million a year, say hello to us. We would love to work with you.
Or if you're interested, if you're making more than 1 million, like
yeah, for sure.
I know, but that's your audience.
I give you this cool stat. While we were working on whose problem you're solving.
Mm-hmm.
I looked into lots of numbers, and funny number that I would love, like it's interesting to mention is more than 85% of those who have online stores are selling less than 1 million. That's, I think, let it sink
85%?
Yeah.
Who have online stores are selling less than 1 million.
It's a lot.
That's huge.
That's huge. Like that means that many people are failing, and the tools are designed to help those rich people who actually have the money to pay the digital marketers of the world, the expensive services out there. And many people don't have the money.
You know, I never thought of it like that. Like, but just the conglomeration of companies that sell, right? Like, you have tons and tons. You're right. Like I'm just thinking about my own experience, right? Like if I buy a computer part, you know, I might go to like Micro Center, or if I buy you know, medical supplies, I might go to these really random places. But as far as like then you have these huge conglomerates like Amazon, Walmart, and like that's really what you think about. Like you think, oh, there's huge players. But there's a ton of these small businesses, you know, all these online, and I never thought of it like that before.
Yeah, and that's kind of why people have to go use Amazon or Etsy or other services that does the marketing for them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. It's good that those services exist, but if you want to have your own brand, you want to sell with, you want to own the data of who's selling, what is selling, you want to have more of the share of what you're selling, all of that. Well, you want to start your own Shopify store, WooCommerce store, or I don't know, BigCommerce, Magento, lots out there, and I will help you with the marketing.
And what percentage do you know off the top of your head? Like what is Amazon charge? You know, like if you want to list on their site, do you
I
know?
don't have it on top of my mind. I look into it, but to be honest, like even selling in Amazon, even if the charge is not that much, they charge not that much, but you don't own your brand that much. So
Okay.
it's Amazon selling something. You don't know, like the last thing that you bought from Amazon. Let's say it's not a famous brand with a separate
Yes.
store and everything. Do you know the brand name?
Yeah.
Maybe not, right?
You're 100% right. Like when you go to Amazon, it's not like you have a brand page that's tailored to you. Like you feel like you're buying everything from Amazon. Like I'm buying from Amazon, and if you have a different seller in the background, you really don't care.
There is a dedicated online page in Amazon store that you can go and see the full stores page.
Yeah.
You don't go there like
No,
99% of the time,
I
right?
don't.
Yeah, so that's why we want people to own their brand. Like there should be many people out there sell their own stuff, and that's I think Shopify's mission as well, which I respect and love, because they want to empower people to sell online instead of like combining all the online sellers into one brand. So
Yeah, you know,